Hey everyone, by the time I was 28, I hit a personal milestone. I had a net worth of $400,000. And this wasn't through some get-rich-quick scheme. It wasn't a lucky crypto bet or an inheritance. I actually had to work for it. I had to start from scratch. I built it brick by brick, starting from my entry-level salary. And today, I want to share the 7 biggest money habits that I built in my 20s that got me here today. These are the things that I wish I could go back and tell my 21-year-old self to prioritize more, and then I would have had even more money. So let's get straight into it. Number 1, get serious about your income engine. This is the most important one. Your income is the engine that drives your wealth, and you have to be serious about fueling it. In your 20s, your goal isn't just to get a job, it's to build your earning power. When I started out, I was just happy to have a paycheck. But I quickly realized that if I wanted to invest more, I had to earn more. So I spent my nights, my weekends, learning skills that companies would pay top dollar for. Now, this could include getting a special certification or learning a new discipline that's high in demand. You want something that other people will pay you a lot of money, a problem that you can fix. I didn't just wait for a raise at my 9 to 5. I switched jobs every couple years. This is actually statistically the best way to get a raise is just to get one yourself. You have to constantly be testing the market and making sure you are getting paid top dollar for your skills. As an accountant, I constantly got recruiters sliding into my LinkedIn DMs asking me if I wanted a higher paying job. Yes, such a poor life that I lived, right? First world problems, but you have to be strategic every single time you job hop. I wanted higher paying jobs. Guys, company loyalty, it means absolutely nothing these days. These companies will fire you in a heartbeat if it means improving their bottom line. You owe absolutely nothing to these employers. I saw what the market was paying and I went and I got it. By the time I was 28, I was earning over 2 times what I was making at 21 when I started working full time. That's how I was able to accelerate my savings. Number 2, master the art of living below your means. Here's a secret that isn't really a secret. You have to spend way less than you make. But I'm not talking about just being frugal. I'm talking about avoiding something called lifestyle creep. As my income grew, the temptation to upgrade everything was huge. A brand new car, a fancy apartment, designer clothes. But I resisted. I continued to drive my used car, lived with my roommates a little bit longer, and focused on experiences over things. And guess what? I still enjoyed life to the fullest. I don't need fancy things to make me happy. I don't need to spend money to be happy. One of my greatest indulgences is traveling. I was able to travel a lot of Latin America in the past couple years, and taking trips like this, it makes it all worthwhile. This is what I don't mind spending money on is experiences. But spending money on things, tangible physical items, that doesn't mean much to me. Oh, and this also means don't have kids until you are financially secure. Children are great. They are true blessings, but they are not cheap, and they deserve to be in an environment where parents aren't living paycheck to paycheck. This means no glove, no love. That financial gap between my income and my spending, that's where all my wealth was created. I kept cash flowing net positive every single month. On some years, I was saving over 60% of my income, but don't worry, you don't need to save that much of your income to be well off financially. Start off with a low number. Maybe it's only 15%, maybe it's only 10%, 20%, but over the years, you're gonna work your way to where you're saving a large part of your income because it's just a lifestyle habit. This isn't about looking rich in your 20s, it's about actually being rich in your 30s. Number 3, start investing today, not tomorrow. Time is the single greatest advantage you have in your 20s. I started with just a little, maybe $100 a month, but that little amount, thanks to compounding interest, grew into something massive. I'm not a genius stock picker, And you don't have to be either. I simply invested in low-cost index funds like VTI or VU. I also just bought a lot of household blue chips dividend stocks that I knew for my everyday life that were very reliable. And yes, I did have some massive wins in my portfolio over the years as well. I'm not gonna act like that didn't help, but you don't need to buy individual stocks to be successful. ETFs allow you to own a tiny piece of every company in the market, so you get to win whenever the market wins. The goal here is consistency. Set up an automatic transfer every paycheck and let it run. As my income grew, the more I continued to put into the market every single week, and the faster my portfolio just kept growing and compounding really took over. Your future self will be thanking you for every dollar that you started putting away today. Number 4, avoid stupid debt. Now this could include student loans or a mortgage, but I'm also talking about a credit card debt. These car loans that are bigger than your salary, and don't get me started on fancy weddings just for people to get divorced 3 years later, and anything that you buy just to impress other people. If an item depreciates in value and you can't buy it with cash, you cannot afford it. I've used credit cards for points and rewards these past 10 years, but I've always paid off the full balance every single month. That built my credit score, which saved me tens of thousands of dollars. And later, I was also able to buy a home in my 20s, which is basically unheard of these days. Unheard of unless you make the financial sacrifices and you start building great habits at a young age. Number 5, build a side hustle. Even a tiny one. Look, your 9 to 5 is what's gonna pay the bills, but your 6 to 10 is what actually builds wealth. Throughout my 20s, I always had some kind of side hustle. It wasn't always glamorous, right? You guys know I make YouTube videos. I have to make pennies on these videos. Guys, being a YouTube creator is not glamorous. You often have to play with algorithms, you have to fight with people in the comments, you get death threats for simply stating the truth, and you're lucky to even make $10 on a single video that took you 8 hours to record and produce and write. But pennies, they do add up over long periods of time. Plus, I always enjoy doing this just for the people that you get to meet and the fun conversations we always get to have, even if it doesn't pay well. Just know if I wasn't doing this side hustle, I'd probably be doing some sort of Ubering, DoorDashing, or package delivering in my free time. This is extra money that you can spend on a vacation, or you can put it back to work and make even more money for you in the stock market. A side hustle isn't just about the money though. It's about learning skills and building that confidence that you can create value on your own terms. Number 6, surround yourself with growth-minded people. You are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. It's cliche for a reason. In my early 20s, I realized that I had to be very intentional about who I spent my time with. I started looking for friends who were constantly talking about money, investing, goals, and ambition. Not just about what was on Netflix or where the next party was and how much they were going to drop on alcohol and bottle service. Definitely didn't try chasing girls with my money. And this is what the average person is doing. And you are not going to be successful just being average or doing what everybody else is doing. To be big time, you need to be doing more than what the average person is doing. Thankfully, we have a great group of people who are constantly talking about investing and ways to maximize your life in our Discord. Come join us. I'm going to leave the link below. It doesn't matter what stage of your investing career that you are in, you will definitely find benefit in this group. Try to find online communities, local meetups, or professional organizations that align with your goals. The energy really does become contagious. Get around winners, and you'll find yourself winning too. Hang around losers, and you will also become a loser. Number 7, learn the money game. No one teaches you this stuff in school. I had to learn how taxes work, how to file them, and what a Roth IRA is all on my own. And of course, you need to know the difference between an asset and a liability. I learned by reading books and listening to podcasts, and of course, non-stop YouTube videos from those who knew way more than me. Just be warned, there is a lot of bad information on YouTube these days, much more than when I first started. You really have to vet these people, make sure they know what they're talking about. Thankfully, I put together some great videos for anybody wanting to pick up the secrets of wealth building in my videos. Totally not biased, but I definitely do think it's a great resource. The knowledge you build in your 20s will be the foundation for everything you do to be financially free for the rest of your life. The sooner you know, the sooner you will grow. All right, guys, what is the final word? There is a lot of money habits. I have way more than just 7 money habits that took me from an entry-level salary to over a $400,000 net worth. I want to be clear. This isn't about being a millionaire at 25. It's about planting the right seeds today and just showing up consistently. The greatest wealth isn't built overnight. It's built with discipline, patience, and long-term thinking. If you're in your 20s and feel behind, don't worry. You still have so much time to be successful in life. And of course, there's so much more to enjoying life than just money. The game is still on. Start with what you have, stay consistent, and let your money start working for you. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. It really helps out a small-time YouTuber like me. Make sure you check out my videos in podcast form under the Collect Cash podcast name. Please leave a 5-star review and let me know what some of your favorite money-building habits are in the comments below.
Sooner or later, everyone's going to be an income investor. They just don't know it yet.